Welcome back to another episode of Cocktail and Eat. I'm Tim.
And I'm Heather.
And tonight I was able to track down a bottle of Angel's Envy, and not just any Angel's Envy. Mm-hmm. So here in the past couple weeks in Louisville, these Angel Envy single barrels have started dropping, and people are going crazy for them. Because generally Angel's Envy is a very low proof. Okay. I think it's right around 40 proof or something like that, so it's low. But every year special for a limited release, they release an Angel's Envy cask strength that's like $200. These hit right in the center. So this one we picked up at Costco. Right. It was $70. There's places around here going for $100. Already on the secondary, some people are selling them for like $300.
That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it is.
I mean, it better be that good, right?
Yeah. And the reason why is this is 53.7 proof. Now, just like normal single barrels, they'll vary in proof range. So people are already like, oh, I want this one, I want that one. So that comes out to be 104 or 107.4 proof. So it's higher than your normal Angel's Envy, which is, I think, somewhere between the 80 and 90 range. So really, really low, which anytime I've had the old Angel's Envy, there's not a lot of flavors. The higher proof you get, more flavors.
Get more. Right.
So we'll get to see what happens.
Okay. Yes. He has told me that over time with all of his bourbon tasting, he likes the higher proof stuff because he gets more flavor out of it. And it makes sense. You know, if it's coming straight from the barrel, you're going to get more of those flavors. But it's also really high proof. So you can't just like start off there. You have to learn to build up to that. I don't really have the patience to build up to that. I think I get a lot of flavors from lower proof things. I mean, I'm still enjoying that. So.
Yeah, the lower flavors have a lot of flavors and everything, or the lower proof have a lot of flavors and different things going on. I just like a little bit of punch with my bourbon now. Maybe it's because I've drank so much, I've killed some of my taste buds. I don't know.
Probably. Killed them off.
So I will say, for the money, you get some sweet little angel wings here that says privately selected, made in metal. Maybe that'll work as a divot fixer if you play a lot of golf. But the one thing Angel's Envy always does very well is they make a very elegant, sexy bottle, without a doubt.
So is this finished at all?
Yes.
Okay.
So Angel's Envy is known for finishing in port barrels. So,
okay. I kind of remembered that because I was like, I think I'm going to end up smelling a lot of wine flavors. Am I right?
Yes. So,
I mean, I'm already starting to get some tart, like red fruit flavors on the nose.
It's definitely not your regular bourbon nose. There's little hints of vanilla and caramel in the back, but they're not what's taking the forefront. It is those wine type notes.
Yeah. That is quite pleasant. It matches the nose. I mean, I'm getting those tart cherry flavors, and that's really nice, though. Like, it's really light.
Yeah.
Reminding me of a wine. And
then on the end, you start to get a little bit of the bourbon, rye, spicy notes on the finish. But it definitely, like, this does not drink like 107 proof.
No, definitely not. So how old is this?
It does not say. It's a non-age statement. It does say Kentucky Straight, so that means it's at least 2 years old.
Okay, so
if I had
from what you've been tasting, do you think it's young or old?
Oh, it's young. I would say 4 years, something like that.
Okay. Well, some other 4 years that you've given me, I have not liked.
Yes.
So I do like this one.
Yeah, and that's what you get with the finishing and everything like that. So they can mask a lot of those young notes with the port finish on it.
This reminds me of like black cherry chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, a lot of that. Like, what am I thinking of? Is there like a Ben and Jerry's or something that's a Black Forest
Graters?
Cherry? Oh, my Graters!
Yes.
My raspberry chip.
Yes, that's exactly what it takes. Like you could have that with this, and it would be great.
Yeah.
So
Definitely some raspberry going on. And there must be like some creaminess to make me think of ice cream. A
yeah,
little bit of that going on. This is nice. Cherry cordial. What is that? Isn't that a dessert too?
yes,
Which is a mix of ice cream and cherry, right?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not.
What's a cherry cordial? Internet, please tell me.
Yeah. Yeah, this is great. Every time I've had the regular Angel's Envy, there's not a lot going on, and it leaves me wanting just a little bit higher proof. And I think this is what does it. It makes me wish this was their standard bottle at their standard price. Like, it's good. Getting it at Costco for the $70 range, absolutely.
Yeah, I would say this is worth $70.
But at $100, which is what some of the other stores are selling it, no. I can give a absolute list of amazing things at $100 that are way better than this. So, yeah, it's great. If I'm gonna have an Angel's Envy on the shelf, this would be the one.
Yeah.
But it makes me wish that this was their standard one. Yeah.
Well, now you're making me curious about what a standard Angel's Envy tastes like. Which, you know, we live in Louisville, and Angel's Envy downtown. We did try to go one time, and you have to book tours in advance. So we tried to just walk in and get a tour. We couldn't do it. Not really surprising. I know, especially downtown with our Whiskey Row, things are getting more popular. We are a tourist city. I was kind of sad we didn't get to do that tour, and I still want to.
Yes.
But I haven't tried any Angel's Envy, and it's right here in Louisville, and don't really know much about it. So I feel a little uneducated about all that. So maybe we should dive into this a little bit more. This really, I like it. So it's making me curious. It's piquing my curiosity.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It is definitely the bougie bourbon of the group. Yeah, when you look at the bottle, when you look at the price you're paying, everything like that, it's that bourbon that's trying to go kind of the route of Mickers, which is we want to be like a Scotch where we're super fancy, we're going to get that high price product, and not what bourbon traditionally is, which is what Buffalo Trace does, and Old Faux, which is the working man's drink.
Well, it's like you have the two comparisons, right? You have the bougie downtown Louisville, where we know we're going to hit up people that are coming for Derby. So we have those bourbons, and I feel like Peerless, which we're going to try in a little bit, is also trying to hit a little bit on the bouginess. And then you mentioned Mickers downtown. Then you go outside of Louisville and Jefferson County, and then you hit the rural areas, and you can just get the good old, bourbon that I don't know how to describe it.
It's the working man's bourbon.
There we go. That's, yes.
Yeah.
Where it's just high quality, that they're putting that dedication and quality and time goes kind of unnoticed, and they don't care about style or flair. They just care about a really good quality product, and they're not going to do anything extra with a bottle or advertising or anything. They're just looking at the bourbon.
Right, and so I'm glad you brought up Peerless, because it's funny. So that is instantly where my mind was going to. This is a $70 to $100 bourbon, and you grab it here. Peerless is also around that price range.
Yeah, just the standard bourbon, right? They're like 70.
Right.
Yeah.
They're the same, about the same age. Peerless is straight bourbon.
Yeah.
This is finished. Peerless has said over and over, the reason their bourbon is so expensive is because the bottle, which is amazing, is like $50.
Right.
Which then goes back to, this is not a $50 bottle. So again, why is it priced this high? I get Peerless and why it's priced so high. You get an amazing bottle. It's why my bottle of Peerless is low, and it's really hard for me to go buy a bottle of Peerless because it's good. It's not that price good.
Yeah.
Go back to Angel's Envy. Now we've got an expensive bourbon that's good, but not that price good, and I don't get a sweet, sexy bottle. I get a good bottle. You got the little angel wings on front. You got the angel wings on back. It is designed to be on a shelf and people be like, ooh, that's a fancy bottle. That must be a good bourbon.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. Well, so can I give you my final take on this?
yes.
So this particular one should be drank neat. That's my assessment. I would love to do a food pairing with it, as I've kind of mentioned before with some of the other ones we've tried, where you could have this with that ice cream that I was mentioning, and those flavors would play off each other, and maybe you could throw in a little ice cube to have this chilled, or maybe if you're doing it with the ice cream, you're having that hot cold, play off of temperatures, as well as like comparing the flavors. So anyway, I would not mix this in a cocktail. I think it's really unique and interesting on its own.
Yeah, and I would say also drink it neat, and not because I don't think it doesn't belong in a cocktail, but because it already is a cocktail.
Fair enough.
It's got
With
those
that finish.
flavors and everything like that going on to where it's different enough, but it's good. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's good. I don't think it's anywhere worth the price. I think this would be this would be on my shelf all the time at $40 to $50. Once you get over the $70 mark, there's so many other things at that point that I could get that I think are better for what I'm getting. But it's way better than the regular Angel's Envy. Doesn't let me down there. But I think it's just not quite worth the price, at least for me.
Well, I think we can end on, if you get a chance to try it somewhere, try it, and you can judge for yourself whether you like it and then buy a bottle. But I probably wouldn't suggest just going out and buying a bottle without knowing if you like it or not and spending that price tag.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So once again, thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Let us know if there's anything else you want us to review, try to get. We are still on the look out for the new bookers because somebody's very excited for that. So am I. So keep watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.